The world watched with bated breath. White smoke billowed from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel. A new pope had been chosen. The faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square erupted in cheers. A wave of excitement swept across the globe. The Catholic Church had a new leader, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. This was no ordinary papal election. This was a watershed moment, a seismic shift in the course of Catholic history. For the first time, the papacy was held by a son of Asia. Cardinal Tagle's election signaled a new era for the Church, one marked by the vibrancy and diversity of the global South. The weight of expectation rested heavily on Cardinal Tagle's shoulders. The world looked to him for guidance, for inspiration, for a renewal of faith. Could this humble man from the Philippines rise to the challenge? Could he unite a church grappling with internal divisions and external pressures? On that historic day, as Cardinal Tagle stepped onto the balcony overlooking St. Peter's Square, a sense of hope filled the air. The future of the Catholic Church, for a brief moment, seemed limitless. The Church, under his leadership, was about to embark on a new chapter, a journey filled with both challenges and immense possibilities. The election of Cardinal Tagle as the first Filipino pope sent shockwaves throughout the world. It was a moment of immense pride for the Philippines, a predominantly Catholic nation in Southeast Asia. For centuries, the Catholic Church had been led by Europeans. Now, a son of the East had ascended to the throne of St. Peter. This was a powerful symbol of the Church's universality, a testament to its ever-expanding reach. It signified a shift in the Church's center of gravity, a recognition of the growing importance of the global South. In many ways, Cardinal Tagle's election was the culmination of a long and arduous journey for the Asian Church. It was a journey marked by persecution, by poverty, but ultimately by unwavering faith. Cardinal Tagle, with his humility and his deep connection to the poor, embodied the spirit of the Asian Church. He represented the hopes and dreams of millions of Catholics who had long yearned for a leader who understood their struggles, their aspirations. His election was a powerful reminder that the Catholic Church was not confined by geography or culture. It was a universal church, a church for all people. Luis Antonio Tagle was born into humble beginnings in Manila, Philippines. His parents, devout Catholics of modest means, instilled in him a deep love for God and a strong sense of social justice. From a young age, Tagle displayed a sharp intellect and an even bigger heart. He was known for his kindness, his compassion, and his unwavering commitment to helping those less fortunate. Tagle's journey to the priesthood was marked by a deep sense of calling. He excelled in his studies, earning degrees in philosophy and theology, yet he remained grounded, always drawn to the peripheries of society. He worked tirelessly with the poor and marginalized, witnessing firsthand the suffering and injustice in the world. His rise through the ranks of the Church was steady and impressive. He served as a parish priest, a seminary rector, and eventually as the Archbishop of Manila. Throughout his career, Cardinal Tagle was known for his pastoral approach, his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. He spoke with eloquence and passion, but always with humility and a genuine desire to serve. He was, in the truest sense of the word, a shepherd who knew his flock. He was their voice, their advocate, their champion. Cardinal Tagle's papacy began amidst a period of immense change and uncertainty for the Catholic Church. He inherited a church grappling with internal divisions, facing external pressures, and struggling to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. The challenges were daunting, but Cardinal Tagle, armed with his unwavering faith and his deep commitment to dialogue, approached them with courage and determination. One of the most pressing issues facing the new pope was the growing secularization of the West. In many parts of Europe and North America, church attendance was declining, and traditional values were being challenged. Cardinal Tagle recognized the need to engage with the secular world, to bridge the growing gap between faith and reason. He also inherited a church still reeling from the sexual abuse crisis. Cardinal Tagle knew that restoring trust in the Church's leadership was paramount. He vowed to address the issue head-on with transparency and accountability. Beyond these internal challenges, Cardinal Tagle also faced a world beset by conflict, poverty, and environmental degradation. He saw these issues as interconnected, stemming from a lack of love, compassion, and solidarity. Section 5. A vision of unity and compassion. Cardinal Tagle's pastoral approach. At the heart of Cardinal Tagle's papacy was a profound belief in the transformative power of mercy and compassion. He envisioned a church that was a beacon of hope for the poor, the marginalized, and the forgotten. His vision was deeply rooted in the gospel message of love, forgiveness, and reconciliation. Cardinal Tagle believed that the Church's primary mission was to be a church of the poor. He called on Catholics to embrace a preferential option for the poor, to stand in solidarity with those who were suffering. He challenged the Church to be a voice for the voiceless, to advocate for social justice, and to work tirelessly to alleviate poverty and inequality. Central to his vision was the concept of a synodal church. Cardinal Tagle believed that the Church thrived when all its members, clergy and laity alike, journeyed together in faith. He emphasized the importance of listening to the voices of the faithful, particularly those who had been marginalized or excluded. He called for a church that was open to dialogue, willing to engage with different cultures and perspectives. Section 6. A Global Church Rejoices. Reactions to the New Papacy. The election of Cardinal Tagle as Pope was met with an outpouring of joy and hope from Catholics around the world. From the streets of Manila to the cathedrals of Europe, people celebrated this historic moment. The faithful saw in Cardinal Tagle a leader who embodied the Church's universal mission, a shepherd who understood the challenges and aspirations of Catholics from all walks of life. In the Philippines, Cardinal Tagle's election was a moment of immense national pride. Filipinos from all walks of life took to the streets, waving flags and singing songs of praise. The country's churches were filled to capacity as people gathered to celebrate and to pray for their native son. Across Asia, Cardinal Tagle's election was seen as a sign of the Church's growing presence and influence in the region. Catholic communities in countries like China, Vietnam, and South Korea rejoiced at the news, seeing it as a recognition of their own growing importance within the Church. From Latin America, a region with a long and rich Catholic tradition, came messages of congratulations and support. Cardinal Tagle's commitment to social justice resonated deeply with Catholics in a region grappling with poverty, inequality, and political instability. Section 7. A Shepherd for the Modern Age. Cardinal Tagle's emphasis on inclusivity and dialogue. Cardinal Tagle understood that the Church could not remain stagnant in a world that was constantly evolving. He knew that to remain relevant, the Church needed to engage with the modern world, to address the issues of the day, and to welcome those who felt marginalized or excluded. His papacy was marked by a spirit of inclusivity, a desire to build bridges and to foster dialogue. One of Cardinal Tagle's most significant contributions was his emphasis on interfaith dialogue. He believed that people of different faiths had a responsibility to work together to build a more just and peaceful world. He met with leaders from various religions, engaging in respectful and meaningful conversations about shared values and common goals. Cardinal Tagle also recognized the importance of reaching out to those who felt alienated from the Church. He spoke out in support of LGBTQ+ individuals, emphasizing the Church's call to love and compassion for all people. His words, while met with resistance from some quarters, offered hope and solace to many who had long felt marginalized. His papacy signaled a willingness to listen, to learn, and to adapt to the changing needs of the faithful. Section 8. Navigating a Changing World. The Church under Cardinal Tagle's guidance. The Catholic Church, under Cardinal Tagle's leadership, found itself navigating a world in constant flux. Technological advancements, globalization, and shifting cultural norms presented both challenges and opportunities. Cardinal Tagle, with his forward-thinking approach and his deep understanding of the human condition, guided the Church with wisdom and foresight. He embraced the power of technology, recognizing its potential to connect people across geographical boundaries and to spread the gospel message to new audiences. Under his leadership, the Church expanded its online presence, utilizing social media platforms and other digital tools to engage with the faithful and to share its message of hope and love. Cardinal Tagle also recognized the importance of addressing the ecological crisis. He saw the degradation of the environment as a sin against God's creation and a threat to the well-being of future generations. He called on Catholics to embrace a more sustainable way of life, to be responsible stewards of the earth's resources. His papacy was a reminder that the Church's mission extended beyond the walls of its churches and cathedrals. Section 9, A Beacon of Hope, Cardinal Tagle's Transformative Potential. The papacy of Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle was more than just a historical footnote. It was a transformative period for the Catholic Church, a time of renewal, of outreach, and of a renewed commitment to the gospel message. Cardinal Tagle, with his humility, his compassion, and his unwavering faith, left an indelible mark on the Church and on the world. He showed the world that the Catholic Church was a global church, a church that embraced diversity and welcomed people from all walks of life. He reminded the faithful that the Church's mission was to be a church of the poor, to stand in solidarity with the marginalized, and to work tirelessly for a more just and compassionate world. Cardinal Tagle's legacy would be one of hope, of unity, and of a deep commitment to the gospel message. He showed the world that the Catholic Church, even in the face of immense challenges, could be a force for good, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. His papacy was a testament to the transformative power of faith, the enduring strength of the human spirit, and the boundless possibilities that emerge when people come together in a spirit of love and understanding.